his concubines. Then I offered to show her the cliffs of Moher, and she showed me a thing or two too. And in O'Connor's a doing as I'm not fooling, I would spend my life with you. Well, the days flew past and the weeks soon passed between one thing and another. And she'd a plane to catch back to Parrymatch to see her father and her mother and her two sisters and her brother. So we loaded up the van with cheese and ham with some six-packs from the fridge, and with a Guinness keg for the final leg of our amorous pilgrimage. Well, in the ruins of Clonferture I had a little flutter, thought I heard St. Brendan cheering, and I discovered new joys in Clonmacnoise, courtesy of St. Cuban. We pulled into Dunleavon about 25 to 7, and we dropped in to see me Uncle Ted, and we hit Glendalough about 11 o'clock, and we slept in St. Kevin's bed. Well, next morning we were yawning as the day was dawning, and it dawned on me, oh, she's going. And these words she spoke as we drove to the smoke before she boarded the Boeing. I'll acquaint my parents with what transpired, and my paltry possessions I'll pack, and I'll return on wings of desire, and up with you I'll shack. Well, that night I drove home through Athlone and Ballyshlow. I was home in an hour and a half, and though it was kind of late, sure I had to celebrate, so I killed and ate the fatted calf. Next morning I booked a room for me upcoming honeymoon, and in raptures and ruptures I published me nuptials in the Galway Advertiser. Well, for 6 days or 7, sure I thought I was in heaven, sure I was trying it out for size, but sure like every other lover I was shortly discovered it is an Amadon's paradise. But while I was thinking that the kingdom had come, singing glory, hallelujah, Chantal was listening to a different drum, singing Johnny, I hardly knew ya. Well, I danced and I sang till the night she rang me. She said, John, sit down on the sofa, but I've got some news that will give you the blues. In a nutshell, Sherry, 'tis over. On the plane coming back, I was told for a fact by a man who was once your friend, you spent 2 weeks in the loony bin without marbles round the bend. Oh, Chantal, says I, you were told a lie. Although 'tis neither here nor there. 'Tis 6 weeks I spent in the accident with a hole in the ozone layer. 'Twas want of whoopee that drove me loopy, and you sorted out that trouble. So apply some fire to them wings of desire and get back here on the double. Oh, John, she, I quite agree that you could do with a woman, but if you think I'll be your shrink, I've got another thing coming. On the I got off that jet and my parents I met, and I got my act together. I saw the line they would draw at his son-in-law, who was a middle-aged Irish nutter. And when I opened my face to plead me case, she put down the friggin' phone. Well, I staggered to the mirror and I confronted there with terror this poor put-upon paddy of a peasant. And I made smithereens of her Levi jeans that she gave me for a wedding present. And I made mincemeat of her other little treat, 2 blue, lovely Judy green pottery goblets. And I sat down and I wrote a suicide note, and I swallowed 64 euros worth of tablets. A week later I awoke, and my heart nearly broke, for I suddenly chanced to remember I was in a proper mess, for I hadn't her address, never mind her telephone number. So I took a quick look in the French phone book, and after all my research I was left in the lurch, for her daddy was extraterrestrial. So I hired a spy whose fees were high to assist my research along. He collected his fees, but he came up with no leads on Chantal du Champignon. Well, is she down at Heel in the town of Lille, or at large in La Rochelle, letting down her hair in the Folly Bergère, belly dancing her way to hell? Is she singing the blues below Toulouse, or picking pockets in Perpignan? Or mein Gott, and what if her name was not Chantal du Champignon? Now come all ye middle-aged Irish nutters, and a warning take by me. Take care when ye go out to get scuttled in your local hostelry. Don't be a fool, sit up in your stool, sit tight and drink yourself stupid. Give your number 1 to whiskey and rum, and don't waste your time on Cupid. For if by chance some goddess from France with luminous short blonde hair lights up your horizon, stick to your poison in 2 simple words: beware. Make no overtures, give no misguided tours, because Diarmuid agus Grania went wrong. And after all your mileage, you'll be left sitting in your silage like Chantal du Champignon. Now, although you're jarred, please disregard the advice I gave you just there. But once a week I was on the wing and I learned to sing with Chantal du Champignon. Oh, Chantal, Chantal, you're still me pal, and don't think this song. Hang on, let me finish now. For I love you far more than I ever did before. The song Round you walk on and maybe lie under. Don't take a dim view that I'm laughing at you to think what I'm doing to me. And please God and St. Kevin, we might meet again in heaven for another petit point du Paris. Chantal, I love you still.
Hey, Matt, you know